Hi guys, I've got Photoshop open. I've created a new background. If I go to image size, I made it 2,500 by 3,000 pixels per inch. And then I just went okay. So now I'm going to open up the images that I'm going to use to take sections from. So if I go to the bridge, I'm just going to go back to my desktop. Okay, so now I've got Ella Portrait. That's where I've got my images saved. I'm just going to open with Photoshop, right click, open with Photoshop, and then I've got them all to work from. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take sections of them and put them into my untitled background using this tool here, marquee tool. Left click on that. Now make sure you don't have any feather on it because you want a nice hard edge. Now I'm going to start compiling my portrait. So I'm going to drag over a section. Then I'm going to go to this tool here, the move tool, the top there. The shortcut for that is M. Hover over the square, left click, drag, hold on to the click, and then release onto the page. Now, if you use this size background and you end up using images on the internet, you'll find the resolution for those is lower. So when you pull the squares and rectangles across, they're going to look smaller. I will just cut a couple more out. So I'm going to grab one from this image now. That section, click on the move tool, which is M, left click, drag, pull across to the other image, and release. So I'm just going to start to put together a portrait using this technique. You can use big sections, small sections. I'm just going to take the eye in this one, move tool, and then I'm going to start playing around with putting it together. So my marquee selected, I'll go to this one, take this part. To deselect, you just go Command or Control D. Okay, and I'm starting to put together an image. Okay. Try that. Oh yeah, so I didn't select the move tool, that's why it didn't drag across. So I'll click back on there, or M. And then once you have enough pieces in here, you can start to play around with them. Command or Control T to change the size. Hold down Shift at the same time, and then you won't lose your proportions. And then you can just start to play around with it. Once you're happy, you just double left click on that. If you want to change the order of things on the layer palette down in the bottom right hand corner, you can just drag the layers and alter what order they go in. If you want to sort of be even more creative with this, you could even start to then go to each separate layer and play around with things like photo filter, black and white, color balance. You might want to have a little play around with all that stuff as well. I would construct it and then take a screenshot of that or save a copy of that as a JPEG, and then maybe experiment with the separate sections. So I hope that all makes sense. When you go to save, you can go File, Save As, select your computer, and I'm going to change it to a JPEG. But I'll have two versions of this. I'll have a saved as version, which is a JPEG, and then I'll also have I'll keep the original one as a
Photoshop file.
This collage, and then you can just save versions of it. When this comes up, make sure you don't have it down like this, because if it's too low, you'll lose quality. Always make sure this is across to maximum. Okay, so there you go. Have fun with it. If you want to do a celebrity or someone on the internet, you can, or you can take some photos of yourself, just do selfies and do 3 different angles, or a family member. Totally up to you what you decide to do. Okie doke.